annoys me to see black men with white women and irritates me and causes this emotional response. I feel offended when I see black men with white women or with non-black women. And the irrational part about this is that I don't have a problem with interracial relationships in general. If I see a black woman with a white man or a white man with an Asian woman, I recognize that it is perfectly possible that people of different races have things in common and they can connect emotionally and they can be in relationships. I am not so archaic that I don't recognize that, people can find love and build their lives with people of different races. I recognize this. But still, when I see black men with white women, especially black men who are married to white women and, have a full-on family and just have their lives that they've built with white women, it offends me so much that I had to really think about this. I had to really stop and try to figure this out, because it's such an irrational response. There are a lot of black male white woman relationships, and I don't want to walk around feeling this hostility every time I see it, because that's just me being upset and having my feelings hurt, and it's something I want to deal with.
Now that was Alice, and I have it on good authority that yes, that is a woman. I had to check myself, but what she said is very interesting, and what she said is sort of typical of what or how black women think. Black women really don't have a problem with interracial marriage or people mixing or finding love wherever they find it. She says logically that people should find love where they find love. And logically and emotionally, she can get with that for everybody else except for black men. And not just black men with white women, but black men with non-black women. And logically, she can't get past it. And really the reason she can't get past it is because it's been embedded in our culture for 12 generations, probably more like 20 generations, a couple hundred years. But this brings me to the latest kerfuffle that we've had in the black social media circles, which is Robert F. Smith. Now, what did Robert F. Smith do? Robert F. Smith actually just donated $40 million to Morehouse, or to pay off the debt or the loans of 430 male students that graduated, which is a noble gesture from a billionaire at any measure, because it's 40 million bucks, not something to sneeze at. And normally that would have been hailed, and I think for the gesture it was hailed as something noble and something great, something that our black elite should do: reach back and help, reach back and donate, reach back and give back to their community. The only problem in that noble gesture is not what he did or not who he was, but who he's married to. And we hear the standard excuses. Where is his wealth going to go? It's going to go to the white community, not to the black community. Even though every day black women spend billions of dollars giving their wealth away to Korean merchant, white people in stores. And somehow they're worried about black wealth going to a white woman when this man dies, even though he has donated hundreds of millions of dollars to help his people. But black women and some black men are giving him smoke about who he's paired to and not the work that he's done. And even on a recent hangout, on a recent panel, when I told them that the pro-black community has already said that he's pro-black, and this has been something that was decided 10, 15 years ago, and in the pro-black circles, he's a hero. And the question was, why is he a hero? Because he's giving money? That's part of it. Not that he's given money this one time. He's been giving money and giving back, giving opportunities for the past 20 years. Even if he didn't give back to his community, he's a symbol of what could be, because every black boy should be just like him. If we could, every black boy aspire to be a billionaire and be a businessman like we so say that we want our black men to aspire to, he should be a hero. He should be an icon, no matter who he's married to. But since this is a matriarchy, and black men and black women have a matriarchal pattern of thinking, that black women's wishes and feelings should be considered above everything else, which is the only reason that they look at Robert F. Smith with a side eye, even though he's more than proved his blackness, even though his parents have more than proved their blackness. Now, Robert F. Smith has been married to this woman since 2015, which has been about 4 years. Now, when he first got married to the woman, nobody cared, because nobody really knew who he was, even though he's been giving money and donating to charities and participating in the black community and uplifting our people for the past 20 years. Nobody knew who he was. But when he gave money to this group of men, which is another thing that the black matriarchy doesn't like, you give something to boys, but you don't give anything to them. In other words, you don't pay homage to them. They have an issue with it. So they're going to dig into his personal life. Oh, he's got a white wife. So therefore, we can look at him side-eyed. He's a coon because he's married to a white woman. And he can't be for black people or black first if he's married to a white woman, no matter how much water he carries. Which, in my book, the way I was taught is ungrateful. When a black man cares for his people, no matter who he's married to, especially if he's married to a white woman, that he cares for his people, which is something I wasn't raised to understand. A man does you a favor, no matter what color he is, you say thank you. When a black man does a favor for you, you're grateful because he came back and he didn't have to. And black women in the black community, some people in the black community, feels that Robert Smith should bow down to him and care about what they think. And I can assure you he doesn't. He's a billionaire. He's in the top more than 1% of the rest of the world. He talks to people, talks to leaders in other countries, world leaders around the world. He's what they call a gold collar worker. He's part of the Plutarchs. He doesn't care what we think. He doesn't care what some people who think they're black first care about, where he puts his money or where he puts his penis. He doesn't hide his wife or his kids. He had a big lavish wedding for all to see. That means he doesn't care what you think, because he knows at the end of the day, you're going to accept his check and you're going to shut the fuck up. And he's going to continue to help his people the way he decides and the way he feels that he should help his people. And you're just noise in the background. And logically, I think black people know that, just like Alice knows that logically that it shouldn't make any difference, that him helping the black community, him bringing up and developing the black elite that we say that we need, logically, it makes sense. Logically, we should be happy. Logically, we should praise this man. But just like Alice, since this is a gynocracy, a black gynocracy, and unless you have your lips planted firmly on a black woman's ass, emotionally, it doesn't make sense. One day, black women are actually going to attain white womanhood, and all this stuff will be over. We'll actually start doing things pragmatically for our community and our family. But as the Klingons say, not today. With that, good folks, I'm out. This is BGS, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.